Hello everyone and welcome to LSMN on YouTube. Tonight there's two very talented soccer teams, the Marcus Marauders hosting the Coppell Cowboys. I am Brendan Selke, alongside me is Trevor Wilson. Coming in this one, Marcus is flying high with a 12-2-2 record and 6-2 in district play so far. They're led by Andrew Wang, Porter, Paul McHale, and Noah Peeler, who already has 6 goals in district play so far. Trevor, how is this Coppell team stacking up so far?
You know, this Coppell team is actually stacking up really great. They're actually tied with Marcus for first place in the district. They both have a 6-2 record. The last time they played, these two guys, it was a very competitive battle back and forth. The Coppell actually got the edge in 1-2-0, which is a very shocking loss going for Marcus, and they bounced back next week.
Yeah, that 2-0 game did come out. Marcus could not get anything going. Coppell got that shutout. Marcus just could not find their way around the field or anything. Marcus is trying to come back in this one and hopefully get the victory. Marcus moves the ball down here. Gives it back. Misses the header and it goes out. Coppell ball. Marcus comes out quick in this one so far. Definitely watch out for Noah Peeler here, as I stated earlier, with that 6 goals so far. District play. Ball gets kicked out. Coppell ball here. Daniel Nelson take the throw here. Out to Coppell. Gives it back in the middle. 18-yard. Gets cleared away here. Moves up the field. Quick counter attack by Marcus so far.
Coppell's putting a lot of pressure on Marcus early.
Coppell gets that one quick. Get it up and out. Ball is played through the middle. Marcus steals that one. Quick on the counter here. Marcus moves within the cross. Gets cleared out by Coppell.
Marcus is getting down the wings very early. It's a very tactic that they like to do, is get down the wings and cross it in.
Marcus seems to be very quick so far. Marcus moves into the center here. Coppell ball here. Quick game so far. Coppell with the ball down the side of the field. Marcus clears it back out. Marcus, you have your team of in net. You have Turner, Grayson Turner. Stack up with players in front like Noah Peeler and Porter Palmakill is definitely going to be out here with it. Marcus moves it back. Marcus reshuffles it. Coppell gets the quick ball out as Marcus loses control. Cowboys right now are in first in the districts with their win last time out, as we said earlier, with that 2-0 victory, in first in the district. So this game has very high intakes on the standings. Marcus Takes time over the ball.
Playing very patient.
They get the break, but the ball's a little too far down the field. Number 6 here tries to get the ball for the Marauders, but can't. Gets cleared out. Number 4 headers this ball out. Zay Tariff is there, back there on defense, who just cleared that ball out. Marcus here to bring this ball up. Quick throw in here. Clears this ball up to Dylan Watson. Dylan Watson hits it down. Cowboy has this ball in the corner, kicks it out. It's going to be a throw-in for Marcus here, down in their own, near the inside the 6-yard box here. They have a very good chance.
That's great pressure in the corner from the Marauders.
Well, almost gets the header, but he has the ball in the box. What a save there by the... Here comes the cross by the Marauders. Ball is in, goes over the top. Coppell is able to clear it out. Marcus regroups, but then loses possession. Nice play there by Marcus. Try the give and go, but it does not work. Estelle tries to get in there with a shot. Oh, does not have enough time to make a shot happen. Cowboys clear this ball out. So far, Marcus putting a lot of pressure on Coppell. Coppell's really had no answer for it so quick in this game so far, 6 minutes in.
That's what Marcus loves to do. Early on in the games, they always love to put pressure and try to get a goal on early on in the game. And they've been very successful by doing that so far this season.
Yeah, Marcus does like to come out quick here, hoping to bounce back after their last game against Coppell. Coppell does get on break here. Gast is coming in here, loses possession, but Coppell now has the ball out here about on 10 yards. Throws this ball in, over the top, bouncing around. Luckily, it's cleared out by Marcus. Marcus clears this ball out, get the pressure away. Marcus seems to be on a break here. Almost gets it through, just cannot get it through there. Marcus does steal this, clear the ball, but he could not retain possession. Mark Vassar there keeps pressure on the Coppell. Coppell's very taking this one slow. Unlike Marcus, they're coming out quick, and that's what Marcus is doing different.
Are you on a watch shot right now?
Take this free kick here.
It's weird just I can, but it's kind of zoom in. I can't really. It's a reverse position.
Coppell sets up. Garrett Graves is in the box there, hoping to get that header. Oh, loose in front. Offside's call there. There's 32 minutes left in this half so far. Marcus has been having most of the pressure here, but Coppell's had some very strong pushes up so far these past 2 minutes.
Coppell's forward, Brandon Gass, has been putting a lot of pressure on defenses lately. In his games this season, he scored four goals while getting 6 assists.
Coppell taking their time here. Moves it back, trying to regroup here after a good pressure they have these past 3 minutes. Coppell taking their time up the field. Getting the side, they've seemed to switch the momentum here on Marcus, and they're taking it for themselves. Takes his ball up the side, but then turns it over. Quick play by Marcus to get this out. A little give and go pass up here. Down the sideline.
The Marauders keeping possession as they've done all season.
Marcus has had the ball a lot, but it depends on if they will be able to make some chances off this, because right now they just seem to have the ball a lot and not really making much chances so far in this game. Moves it out, midfield. Dump in here, but to absolutely no one down there on the side. Keeper will take this ball out. 10 minutes in. What are you seeing so far, Trevor?
Well, I'm seeing the Marauders putting a lot of pressure at Coppell. It's actually going both ways. It's a very competitive match. Marauders have been keeping the ball very well and been moving it side to side and getting into the attack, but not being able to capitalize on any of the chances that they've been able to get. And on the Coppell side, they haven't really had much of a chance. They had one corner, I believe, but besides that, it's just been 50-50 even.
Yeah, very tight match so far. Teams are going to try to look for separation here as the game goes on.
And before this match, this is exactly what we expected. We expected it to be very close, very competitive.
Yeah, two top teams in the district here. Both 6-2 in district play, but of course Coppell holding the lead with that win over Marcus earlier in the month, 2-0. Penalty here, Marcus has the ball about 20 yards out from the goal. They look to set up something here, maybe get a quick goal here, 11 minutes into the first half. Definitely want to look out for players like Noah Peeler, who, as I said earlier, is leading team in goals so far in district. And Andrew Wing is out there too, who has 3 goals in district so far too. Clears it in, but just wide over the net there. Not what you want to see from a chance early in the game. You really want to get out in front super early, but just misses that chance.
That's what we were talking about with the Marauders, being able to put pressure on them to get to those chances, but haven't been able to capitalize on anything that they've been doing up top.
Yeah, Marcus definitely has to find a way to capitalize on these chances, especially with all the possession they've had so far in this first half, 11 minutes in. Coppell taking their time as they've been doing most of the half. Have to try to retain possession a lot here. Coppell clears it in deep over the top. But that ball is to no one, and Marcus gets possession back here and with it the run. So far, Marcus has looked very strong, much better than Coppell, but Coppell is staying tight and not letting them have too good of chances. But Marcus has had more than 75% of the possession so far, definitely creating some good chances.
Marcus has been able to attack down the lines, and Coppell just seems to be giving it to him, but by staying compact in the middle, it's really limited those chances getting towards net.
Yeah, they're letting Marcus down the side, but they're definitely closing up the middle of the field there, not letting Marcus have any of the middle of the field. It looks like Marcus might have to shoot from the sides here to create some kind of chance off the goalie's rebounds or something. Coppell gets the ball here after a foul by Marcus. Colin McDonald's here to take this kick here for Coppell. Definitely look for this top players. Gas definitely for Coppell, as you said earlier, and Reyes for Coppell, who have been very good so far with 10 goals combined in district play so far. Coppell quick down the side, but try to get in front and no one's there for them. Coppell clears it back. Coppell dumps it back in. Coppell taps that ball but loses possession. They've been doing that a lot tonight, where they get the ball but they just kick it straight back to a Marcus player. Try to get down the side. Marcus clears that one out again. So good. Very good defense by Marcus so far.
Marcus is very swarming in their defense.
Yeah, you can definitely tell by that when Coppell has no time when they get the ball. Got no time whatsoever to get that ball out and make a play. Marcus has played very well so far earlier in this game. Definitely would have anticipated a definitely closer so far, but they both had their chances, and Marcus is definitely looked like they're leading the way more so far. Coppell just can't find anyone open. They hit the ball to absolutely no one, and they just need to find some open space here as Marcus loses possession. Hunter Hoffman here with, looks like he might take the throw here. Excuse me, sorry. That is Coppell's ball. That will be for Daniel Nelson. He throws the ball in here, another long throw. Marcus gets the clear again. Coppell had no chances so far. Marcus just clears the ball as soon as he gets in here. It's back to Nelson. Nelson definitely seems to be this leader on defense. Marcus takes this ball up.
Oh, great ball in.
They're on a break. Here they go.
Oh, what a save.
Good save there by the goalie, coming out of his net. Block the angles there on that shot. Try to get a quick one back on that counterattack again for Marcus, but they can't. And here comes Coppell on the counterattack. Coppell tries to get this through ball, just can't find some space. Coppell makes a nice move here. Marvey misses the net, top over the net. Good play. Two quick counterattacks on both sides. Neither could find the back of the net, but two very good chances. And here is Marcus shot again, but good save. Here he gets that quick save and cuts off the angle from it. Jacob Campbell with that save there. Very good save by him, close it off that angle. Here comes Nelson again with the throw. Definitely seems to be that leader on defense for Coppell so far. Long ball in, but straight to another Marcus player. Get this ball out. Hunter gets that ball out. Back to Hunter, tries to make a quick move here. Down the sideline for Marcus. Marcus has the break on the sideline, tries to get the cross in, but can't. Coppell clears it out, and leaves their corner for Marcus.
The ref just not realizing that the ball went out. Stop that counterattack.
Ball did apparently go out. It was a throw-in for Coppell. Definitely a very quick game so far. Definitely Campbell's keeping this one in so far with a 0-0 so far. Definitely keeping them in. Definitely with two big saves to start the game, that diving save and a cutting off angle save. Nelson here with another throw-in. Small throw-in here. Definitely seems to be a little kickball on both sides. They can't really get much of possession here. But here comes Coppell with some open space down the sideline. Free here, he's taking it all the way down. Gets to try to get that pass, but just misses bad here. And
we're seeing the possession start to shift more to Coppell.
Coppell does seem to have a lot more possession right now. They're dropping back, trying to regroup on this push-up here. Matthew Sacudio was that defenseman there, regroups, and then brings it in for Coppell, but another penalty. It's Marcus' ball here, looking out for the clear. Makes this good play here. Marcus seems to be open down the side. Marauders take it down the side. Get on the sideline, but then another errant pass here. Both teams not really having the best passing game so far. A lot of errant passes not going where they wanted to go, and a lot of turnovers. Really a lot so far in this game. Up in the middle of the field for the Marauder. Takes it for the open space on the sideline. Cuts it in the middle of the field. Little tap pass here. Just cannot have, they just do not have enough time here to make any sort of play. Coppell's definitely doing a good job not giving them any space whatsoever.
And you'd think coming from the two top teams in the district that they'd be completing passes left and right and getting up and attack and having shot after shot, but just both teams being swarming on the ball and not giving the other team really any chance to get anything in the final third.
Yeah, definitely a defensive battle right now. Very big defensive battle so far for both teams.
Great play.
Down the sideline here. Tries to get that long ball down the sideline. Almost mid-tap by the goalie here. Clears it down the field, but it's just going to go out, and it will be Coppell ball here. Down about midfield here. Coppell will retain possession with about 22 minutes left in the first half. Another Coppell ball here as Marcus just headers that one out of bounds. Definitely very huge defensive battle so far. Neither team can really get any good chances other than those two chances Marcus has had so far, but other than that, it has been no chances whatsoever for both teams. Both defenses definitely swarming on the ball. Marcus gets another good clear here. Down to Nelson again, who takes it down all by himself. Tries to get that free space down the edge, but kicks it a little too far for himself. Too heavy of a touch there. Coppell definitely looks a lot better so far. Trevor, what do you think they've done so far to reshape their game in these past 10 minutes?
Well, I think just coming into a stadium like Marcus and knowing the atmosphere that is Marcus and having just having the feeling of knowing that you're at Marcus Stadium, because Marcus has been a great program for many, many years and will be for many, many years to come. And I think they're just kind of starting to settle down. They're just starting to play, relax, and now they're starting to put pressure on them. They were letting them play at the beginning until they got to the final third, but now they're winning the ball in the middle, and that's creating chances for them to go back on the attack for the counterattack.
Yeah, Marcus did have a chance there, but loses possession as Coppell comes up with a counterattack. Very good move here. Stone tries to get that ball in, but just misses the cross, and Marcus keeps that ball in here tight so far. Drops it back out. Taking their time here up the field. 20 minutes left in the first half so far, as this ball gets dumped in deep to the other side of the field. Salivo had that ball there, clears it up. Straight back. Defense mishandles it a little, but able to regroup themselves and give it back to the goalie here, as he moves it back out for the defense as they take their time. Coppell trying to put some constant pressure on them, trying to make some chances happen, which they've been doing very well these past few minutes. Good pressure there. I'm just saying, they're putting a lot of good pressure on, making mistakes by Marcus. Marcus has a few mental miscues here so far early. Coleman here takes the throw. Coppell, what could they do here, Trevor, to make a good chance here? What do you think they could do to solve Marcus's defense?
Well, Marcus is playing very compact, and that's how they've been all season, giving up very few goals. And most of the goals given up are on throw-ins, which is a chance here for Coppell, and corner kicks and not marking up, and that's just mental game. We'll see what happens here.
Ball in. Misses the header, tries to get the cutout. He's down to the sideline. Gives it back to Nelson. Nelson crosses it back in. Cleared out by Marcus. Marcus trying to go up the counterattack again. Here comes Marcus down on the counterattack, about halfway down the field. Gets that header pass down the sideline. Moves it down the sideline. Moves it back to the center. Ooh. Just misses the through pass there. Coppell brings it back up the field. Another good chance there by Marcus on the counterattack. They've had a lot of good chances on the counterattack so far this game. Very quick up the field.
We'll see if them missing those counterattacks is really going to affect them in the long game, and see how many chances they're really going to be able to get after both teams make adjustments at halftime.
Yeah, just a little over 18 minutes left to go in this first half. There's the ball back to Coppell. Coppell switches the field here, tries to get in on a through ball. Coppell has some space here, but Marcus is lucky to clear that ball out. Another throw in here for Coppell. As you said earlier, Coppell makes most of their chances off those throw-ins it will be in this game. You see Nelson here with another throw-in, who isn't their very good throw-in guy, with those long balls he throws in straight to the center of the field. Coppell's going to set this one up. They know most of their chances are going to come off these throw-ins here in these set pieces. Throw this one in straight to the center. The ball's loose, but it will just roll out to the goalkeeper here.
So Coppell is going to get a lot of their chances on the throw-ins, as we stated before, and that second ball after the first guy had the ball, there was no one following, and if there was someone that was following there on that back post and crashing the net, that could have been a very easy shot for Coppell. Marcus is always trying to win the first ball but not staying on their man, and it's caused problems for them this season and almost caused another problem there.
Coppell clears this one out deep as Marcus tries to get another counterattack here. Marcus brings it out. Marcus has retained more of the possession so far here in these past few minutes. Clears it all the way down the field. Bad touch there by Coppell, and there will be a foul here. Looks to be Coppell ball.
Not sure what happened there.
16 minutes left in this half. See, free kick here for Coppell. Trying to make a chance off this free kick here. A little before the halfway point of the field here. Coppell's going to set this one up and try to clear it in deep. Try to have some havoc there in the box, hopefully. Make a miscue by Marcus here, hopefully. Momentum's definitely been equal this game so far. A lot of back and forth. Not really one-sided so far, as we thought, a very competitive matchup. This ball gets headed back out here, takes the shot from about, gets redirected in front, and it will go out for a Coppell corner kick.
We're seeing Coppell put a lot more pressure on the Marauders now since the beginning of the game, and it's been working, and they've been getting chances after chances.
Yeah, Coppell here to take this corner kick here. Reyes here for this corner kick for the Cowboys. It's the corner over top, back post. Seems to be Marcus' ball here. Marcus taking their time, as per usual. They very much like to take their time. That's why this defense so far by both teams has really slowed down the offense for both teams so far. Very tight matchup so far. As we get down to 15 minutes left in the first half. Ball gets cleared out. Knocked out by Coppell. Coppell retains possession here off the goal kick. Goal kick down the sideline, just can't get it out. Good play there by the Marauder defense. Throw in here. Another throw in for Coppell. They've had a lot of throw-ins from this side of the field. They've had a lot of almost good chances here, but they're trying to make one work. Here comes Nelson with another throw-in. Gets it down to the corner of the field here. Tries to get this cross in, but it's blocked. Second attempt, misses over the top of the other side of the field, but Coppell is there to retain possession. Tries to get it down the side of the field, where Marcus is there to clean it up and clear it out. Marcus there is able to retain possession off that clear there. They drop it back, taking their time, gives it out to the side of the field. Little nice touch here, little miscommunication there by Marcus. Didn't know who was going to go get that ball. As for that, Coppell is able to clear that ball downfield, but straight to another Marcus player.
Coppell seems to be trying to play a lot more direct now, instead of more possession, like they were trying to match Marcus's, and it didn't seem to be working out for them, and they're playing more direct and forcing the Marauders to make more mistakes, which is why the Cowboys have gotten more chances all of a sudden.
Yeah, they definitely tried to make this game a little quicker instead of letting Marcus have all this time. They're trying to definitely put some pressure on Marcus, because if you give Marcus time, they're definitely going to make something happen. That's how they work most every game. Coppell gets this ball in the middle of the field. He cuts it out left, brings it down to the side of the field, takes his time, try to make a move, gets the cross in, gets blocked by the goalie and knocked out of the box. Marcus trying to get in here on another counterattack by Marcus. Here they come again with their very strong counterattacks coming down the field, down to the side of the field. Marauders get this ball into the center of the box, backed out, takes the shot, and just misses over top of the net there.
That was another great chance by the Marauders. Even though they had less numbers in that counterattack, they still almost made it work, getting chance after chance.
Yeah, what could have Marcus done to make that chance a little bit better for them?
Well, what the Marauders do is on defense, they play a lot more heavy on the defensive side and keep more numbers back. And while that helps on the defensive side, whenever you're trying to counterattack, it hurts up top. And by the Cowboys not having that many numbers up top and the Marauders bringing so many back, it allows the Cowboys to have more numbers on defense, which we just saw there, and allow Marcus to have to make something great out of something.
Yeah, Marcus definitely has to make some moves here as we have 12 minutes left in this first half. 0-0 so far in this game. A very tight matchup so far. Ball gets dumped in halfway. Marcus retains possession again. They're getting their possession back here as they had earlier in the game, but they're retaining it back here. Moves downfield. Left side of the field, he's free here and open. Fakes the cross in, he gets the cross in here, but Coppell's able to clear that ball out, and here comes the shot off the clear and just cannot get a good shot off there. Very hard ball to hit there. Here comes Coppell on the counterattack. Try to dump this ball in, but just no one there. Quick counterattack by Coppell, but they just could not find anyone open here. Marcus taking their time. Coppell seems to be making a sub here earlier in the game. There's 11 minutes and 22 seconds left in this first half. The score is still 0-0 as Marcus hosts Coppell in this tight district matchup. Trevor, what could both sides do to try to make a score happen here late in the first half?
Well, I know early on that they were both pressing each other and it was both causing a lot of turnovers, but Marcus has gotten away from their possession game as they normally do, which creates a lot of their chances and getting their outside backs in attack. Like Avery Stell has been a huge part in the Marauders' success this season and trying to create chances, and they kind of got away from that, trying to go more direct, and they were trying to play to Coppell's game, and Coppell switched to more direct, and it's causing Marauders to have more turnovers and make more mistakes, and Coppell has almost been able to capitalize on that, and Marauders just have to go back to the possession game and relax and try to score something off of those counterattacks.
Yeah, Coppell has definitely put more pressure on these past few minutes in this first half so far. Marcus has only really got those long counterattacks in, but they do get most of their goals off of those, so as Coppell moves this ball to the side of the field, tries to get this ball down the side of the field, looking there for the cross, but gets it kicked out here, and it's going to be Coppell ball with a throw with about 10 minutes left in the first half.
Here comes another possible long throw-in.
Coppell definitely does strike with those long throw-ins, but they do look to go short here as they move to the side, but then it gets cleared out by Marcus. Marcus definitely having that tight D on Coppell, and they've not really made very good chances. But Coppell's able to retain possession here as they move it down the side of the field, but cannot get down the side of the field for the cross. So it gets shut down, and then Coppell blocks the clear, so it will be Marcus' ball here for the throwing, trying to get this ball downfield and hopefully make some more chances left in this first half, as they only have 9 minutes left in this first half, and they're going to try to make some more chances. Marcus is going to look for, as they're going to have possession here, they're going to look for to score, as the score is 0-0. They're going to look to score here. Definitely going to try to get a quick goal here. Definitely take some of that momentum into the first half.
We saw Marcus control the first third of the first half so far, and it kind of switches. Marcus tried to play down to Coppell's game that they were trying to play, and it switched. The Cowboys had the most possession in the second third of the first half, and now it's kind of been 50-50 so far in this last 10 minutes.
As Marcus clears that ball down here in the center of the field. Marcus trying to set up their offense. Puts it in the middle, tries to make a cut, but does not have the space, but Marcus retains possession here, but there will be a foul on the play as Nelson falls down in the box.
What we saw there was Dylan Watson, the forward for the Marauders, getting past one defender, but as the Cowboys being very swarmy, they had two defenders on him and was ready for that.
Yeah, Marcus almost gets the possession here, but definitely cuts past that guy there. Hunter cuts up his legs and makes him fall, and that's going to be a foul there in the box. Almost gets that goal there. As Coppell has this ball on midway of the field. Turn that ball over there. Another arid pass. We've seen a lot of those arid passes so far here in the first half. Moves this ball up the center of the field. Gets this ball out to the side. Moves down the field quickly. Marcus seems to regroup here with about 7 minutes remaining, as this score is still 0-0. Very tightly contested matchup so far, as you expect from two of the top teams in the district. Both 6-2, but of course Coppell holding that first position. As Marcus gets that down the field, but looks to be, they try to keep it in, but it will be a throw-in here for Coppell. As I was saying, they both hold 1st and 2, but of course Coppell has that first place spot with that earlier 2-0 victory against them earlier in the season. Coppell gets this ball, tries to get this ball up the field, up into open space, but Marcus luckily gets that ball back here and drops it back for the goalie and taking his time, dumps it up the field again, but straight to another Coppell player as he clears it back in. Not really taking control of that ball there, just dumping it back in. Coppell definitely looking for another long throw in here. What could Coppell do here definitely to make a chance happen maybe?
Well, they're going to have another long throw in. The Marauders have been defending this very well, way better than they had the last time these two teams matched up. And they successfully defended another one. And Coppell just has to keep putting the pressure on them, just keep putting the pressure and just keep going, and maybe eventually they'll get one. It's the same thing for the Marauders, just keep putting pressure and one has got to eventually go in.
Gonna hope to continue that pressure here on the field. As Coppell dumps it back down in the middle of the field, and they're kind of make a counterattack happen here. Take straight to an open Cowboy player. Dumps it back in the middle to no one there for another Marcus defenseman. Dumps it down the right side of the field, straight to a Coppell player. Coppell has retained a lot of the possession here, definitely on more side of their field so far these past few minutes as they get it to the left side of the field here. Dumps it back. Taking his time, tries to chip it over the defender there, but just cannot. And Marcus retains possession here, straight back into the center as Marcus tries to push those momentum up here. As they make a good move upfield for Dylan Watson on the break here, passes it out for Hunter here. Hunter has it on the side. Hunter goes for the cross, almost gets the header in, but just cannot. Here comes Dylan Watson with the second chance opportunity. Just can't get it in here as Coppell clears this ball out, and Marcus is trying to get this ball straight back in, hopefully create another chance for them as they take it down the side of the field. Cuts it in here, tries to make something happen, gives it back, dumped in the center, straight to a Coppell player though, and clears this ball straight out for Coppell. Another good chance there by Marcus. What is Marcus doing to create these chances right now?
Well, as we've been stating all game, I mean, the pressure and just keeping possession and getting these crosses in is what the Marauders love to do. Oh, what a goal.
Nice cross in there by Marcus on that header. 1-0 with 4 minutes left in the first half. What a momentum shifter that is for Marcus. With 4 minutes remaining in the first half, Marcus gets that goal to take the 1-0 lead. Here's the cross in, he gets the header straight to the back of the net. Campbell was just not ready to make that save there. Very quick play by Marcus to get down the field and score that one very quickly. Marcus takes this lead with 1-0 with 4 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first half. That's a very good goal for Marcus. They get that momentum to end this first half with 4 minutes and 38 seconds. They look to take this into the end of the half. What did Marcus do there to get that goal?
Well, their game plan has been all season to get their outside backs in attack, and Avery Stella has been doing that for a while now. And going back to their last game, they kind of got away from that, and that's why they weren't able to create many chances going up top, and they weren't able to score and get anything going. And they've been doing that in this game so far, and as soon as they started doing that just in these last few minutes, I mean, it's just, you can just see the difference in play style that the Marauders have been playing, the possession and getting to the attack with their outside backs, and it created that goal.
Marcus gets on the board for something they did not do last game when they lost 2-0. Hopefully to make this momentum here with 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first half. Marcus almost loses possession here, but takes it up the side of the field. All miles. Self regroups their possession, moves it back to the defenders. Definitely making this cycle play here, taking their time, just with a little less than 4 minutes left here in the first half. Very good half by both teams. Marcus getting that edge with that quick goal here in the last minute. Marcus trying to make something happen here at the end of the half, but just cannot get down the field well. As the Coppell Cowboys clear this ball out here. But Marcus headers that ball straight back to another Coppell player. Coppell tries to recycle this play here, but he's stealed by Marcus, by Hunter, gets this ball, moves it back. He's cutting into the center of the field, gets this dump in here. Almost gets that cross in there. Almost another good steal by Marcus. Seem to be doing everything right now and have all the momentum from Coppell.
One thing the Marauders can't do is try to be too aggressive, because they know they have the momentum. They know if they keep possession going into this half, it'll carry over to the second half. And if they get too aggressive and try to push up, and Cowboys can easily get a counterattack and easily get a goal before half, and it could just totally change the game, and then Coppell could have the momentum at the start of the second half.
Definitely, as a Marcus fan right now, you don't want to see your team getting too feisty here. Don't want to see a goal get put up by Coppell here and ending that half, and definitely letting them take that momentum in. Coppell clears this ball in. Can't really seem to get anything going here at the end of the half. Coppell ball here. It's a Marcus foul. They're going to try to score here with 2 minutes left in the first half. They're going to try to end this half with a goal and try to tie this game up at 1, as it stands right now, 1-0 Marcus. What's Coppell going to look to do right here?
Well, they're going to look to play this ball, and I don't think he'll be taking a shot from here. Try to get numbers in the box, and Marauders have been scored on free kicks, and they've had less numbers in the box.
As this ball almost goes in, he does take the shot. In fact, and he almost gets it a little bit lower, and he might have been able to have that shot.
Very surprising, but it was a great shot, great effort, and well saved by Marcus Keeper, Grayson Turner.
Watch out here. Coppell could get a goal here on this corner here. As you said, set pieces have been Marcus's defense's problem here, as Coppell looks to get this ball in, gets to the back post, almost has the header and just misses the header there. Good play by Coppell there. Almost did everything right, just could not find the back of the net in this first half with about a minute and a half left in this first half. What is Coppell doing right now?
Well, even after scoring a goal, I mean, most teams, in some cases, after getting a goal scored on them, they shut down and they just start to give up and do unforced errors, and it really has been the opposite for Coppell. They've been putting more pressure and trying to force Marcus to make more mistakes, and the Marauders have been very well and just not buckling under that pressure. And as Marcus is getting the pressure on them right now.
Marcus gets the steal, trying to get a goal here at this end of the half. They drop it back. Gets the dump and takes the shot and almost gets it over, but just a little bit over the net and almost tries to get over Campbell. Very hard to get over Campbell there, as he is a very tall goalie. Very nice shot there. Nice momentum, nice pressure by Marcus. They stole that ball about halfway on the Coppell side and took that ball and dropped it back. Here's the shot again. He takes it in the center. He takes that shot just a little bit over the net. He has to get that ball up, try to get over Campbell, as he is a pretty tall goalie. With 22 seconds left here in this first half, Coppell's going to try to make a chance happen with the very minimal time they have left. Takes it down the side of the field, but just cannot make the pass here. So far, a very good half by both teams, but Marcus has came out on top with that one goal, and does one goal, and looks like the better team right now. This is the end of the first half with the score of the Marcus Marauders run and the Coppell Cowboys 0. We'll take you to break and be back for the second half after the last episode of LASD Overtime.
This week on LSD Overtime, we'll take a look at how the basketball playoffs are going, check in on the new soccer season, and preview what's to come in the upcoming softball and baseball season. I'm Kellen Croxton, and welcome back to LSD Overtime. We couldn't have an episode last week due to some rare snow in the area, but we're back this week, and so is playoff basketball. Many playoff basketball games were played this Saturday, including the first round of the boys 6A tournament playoff game and Hebron's play-in game. This past Saturday was the first round of the boys 6A state basketball tournament, but before the tournament could start, Hebron still needed to play their tiebreaker game against Plano. A strong performance by Alex Cotton led Hebron to a 43-39 win. Hebron would then play their first playoff game against number 27 in the nation, McKinney. During Tuesday night's action in Allen, Hebron realized early on that they'd have to beat the press. While McKinney didn't shoot very well in the first half, Hebron's defensive struggles gave the Lions more than enough opportunities to score. And as the Lions added to their lead, Hebron continued to struggle against McKinney's full-court press. The Hawks were able to get a couple of tough shots to fall, but the Lions' height advantage and stifling defense kept the Hawks out of the lane and forced too many of those difficult shots. Through a rough first half, Alex Cotton was a bright spot among the Hebron offense, shooting 5 for 5 from the field and having 12 points. Despite his effort, Hebron was down 38-23 going into the half. And as the second half started, things started to look promising for the Hawks as they started to create turnovers and break through McKinney's press. However, the Hawks were unable to convert those opportunities into points, and while the Hawks played better team offense in the second half and almost doubled their rebounds, they couldn't score enough to cut their deficit. On the defensive side, Hebron guard Nate Mercer started to press throughout the second half, but it wasn't until the entire team started to press that they saw any positive results. Rough game for the Hawks as they fall to the Lions 66-51. Moving over to Marcus, the Marauders played their first round playoff game against Prosper. The game was a good, balanced performance that led to a 56-52 win over the Eagles. This wasn't just an important win, but also a great showcase of teamwork. Marcus hopes to continue their playoff run as they go up against an undefeated Richardson team on Wednesday the 24th. Turning to soccer, Monday night, Hebron and Louisville's girls teams faced off in what both teams were hoping could be a turning point for their season. Hebron took the lead early, and it was clear from that point in the game wouldn't be close. Louisville's early season struggles continued through this game as they were not able to gain much momentum. Hebron controlled the ball most of the match and left Louisville with little opportunity for a comeback. The Lady Hawks outscored the Lady Farmers 7-0. While Hebron moves to 2-3-1, the Farmers stay winless. Moving on to boys soccer, Louisville hosted Marcus on Monday night. Louisville started out strong, scoring 2 goals within 10 minutes early in the match. As the half progressed, Marcus started to put pressure on the Louisville defense. Sophomore Avery Estelle's aggressive playmaking helped Andrew Wang score 2 consecutive goals to tie the game at half. Going into the second half, the Marauders kept their momentum going as they continued to control the time of possession. Junior Dylan Watson scored the game winner off of an Andrew Wang assist in the final minutes. Marcus won the game 3-2 and is now sitting at 5-1 in the district and 15th in the nation. Dallas Morning News recently released their DFW high school baseball and softball preview. They listed several LSD teams to watch. On the girls' side, the Lady Jags are the team to look out for this year. Flower Mound has made the playoffs the past 14 years and is hoping to continue that streak this year. Pitcher Landry Harris, who went 6-1 with the team, had an 1.7 ERA last season, will be a key role player in this team's success. Another Flower Mound softball team looking to make a run this season is the Marauders. Last year they had a record of 11-4, and what led them to be winning so many games was how well they hit. A team who averaged 9.3 runs per game is looking even better this year, as 7 seniors are set to play college softball after this year. Junior shortstop Hayden Solowski is the #1 recruit in DFW and set to sign with Oklahoma State. Moving on to baseball, the Marcus boys team is ranked 4th in the state and finished 11-2 last year. Although the Marcus Marauders haven't made it to the state tournament before, the team led by Dallas Baptist signee Tyler Schott is poised to make a run this year. This week's Team of the Week is the Lady Hawks soccer team. In the past 2 games, they've scored 10 goals and have held both Flower Mound and Louisville scoreless. Hebron hopes to keep this streak going as they improve to 3-1 in district. Joining me now in the studio is LASD Assistant Athletic Director Clay Cody. So for the first time in almost a decade, the district got snowed out. How did this weather affect sports schedules at LASD, especially those for the basketball playoffs?
Well, it impacted all of our sports that were playing for sure. Basketball, they're in the midst of the playoffs, and so it just delayed everything where we just stopped for a week and a half. And so now we're left with teams' possibility of playing 3 rounds of the basketball playoffs in 1 week, this week. So it kind of put their seasons on a hold, and they weren't able to practice. And it affected the other sports. You know, baseball and softball had to cancel practices and scrimmages, and then going into our soccer. Same thing with soccer, that they couldn't practice, but then now they're having to make up games. Our 6A schools are playing 4 games in a week, which is tough on kids, and our 5A school, the Colony, they're playing 3 games. So it's making everybody kind of work extra hard to get everything done.
Yeah, definitely. I think this weather's been very inconvenient, especially just for everyone around the district. And I'm wondering, did the weather affect any of the stadiums, the fields, anything like that, like it did the roads?
We didn't have many issues with our football stadiums. We did have some water issues where a couple on the home side and the press boxes don't have water. But other than that, all of our arenas and weight rooms and any of those facilities, they were in good shape.
That's good. And now the Marcus boys soccer team was widely considered to be the favorite for the state championship, or one of the favorites for the state championship last year. And they're off to a pretty good start at 5-2 this year. What can they do to replicate last year's success?
Well, they have an awfully good team, and that's what we always talk about this, just in our district in this area. All of our teams are. It seems like every year one of them has a chance to win a state championship, and all of them always are very talented. Marcus has a really good group this year, and I talked to Coach Garza, who's a Marcus graduate and played professionally, but he talked about just they try to play together. They try to play unselfishly. And they did. He was really emphasizing staying in the moment, and I think that was what he really was trying to get across to his kids, to enjoy it and just play together as a team. But like I said, any day anybody can beat them, and especially in our district, with Hebron and Flower Mound, and boys and girls, we always have teams that are at the state level.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a very competitive district, and sometimes you can see teams that are second and third in the district, but when they get to the regional and kind of the state level against other schools, they see a lot more success. And I think the philosophy that you talked about the Marcus coaches having about working as a team is definitely beneficial, because it helps prevent the issue of you have a bunch of seniors and then you make a really good title run and then your team struggles the next year. So being able to kind of work as a team and everything like that really helps all the underclassmen and everyone really work as a team and stay not only for a good title run one year, but have a consistent success like we've seen with the Marcus teams. Yeah, I agree. All right. Coming up on Friday, Louisville Sports Media Network will be broadcasting a great district soccer showdown as the state-ranked Marcus Marauders host the Coppell Cowboys. Coverage begins at 7:30 on YouTube, and that's all the sports news for this episode. Make sure to come back next episode for more information on what's
Welcome back to Louisville Sports Media Network broadcast on YouTube of the Marcus Marauders versus Coppell Cowboys soccer matchup, as Marcus holds the lead 1-0 as they scored with 4 minutes left in the first half. Marcus came out quick there with that late goal there, tried to have a little extra chances there, but just could not find the back of the net there again. Trevor, what do you think Coppell could do to rebound in the second half and try to take the lead here on Marcus?
Well, we saw in the middle of the first half how Coppell started playing more direct and tried to put way more pressure on the Marauders back forward. It ended up started working, but you saw them kind of get away from that and kind of back off a little bit, and it allowed the Marauders to play their game, and we saw that on their goal, and I was allowed to get everybody up in the attack, and it really showed there.
Yeah, Marcus definitely putting on a lot of the pressure. Coppell's going to definitely try to slow down that pressure, try to make some chances happen, as this is a very big game for the district and the standings here, as Coppell, as I said millions of times, they do have the first place with that 6-2 record, and of course hold that lead over Marcus. After that, Plano is also in third here as they look to watch this game and see who's third there, as they did take that 2-1 win against Marcus on Tuesday. They're going to see how this game ends out here, as we're about to start the second half of this game. Marcus up 1-0 on Coppell. Coppell's going to try to come back here and make this game interesting, and Marcus is just trying to hold this lead. Trevor, what do you think Marcus could do here to continue this lead and maybe try to add on to this lead?
Well, in previous games, they have been known to adjust and play the other team's style and kind of make that their style that they play, and it honestly hasn't worked out. They just need to keep playing their game, keep playing possession, keep playing calm, keep relax and play how they were for those 5 minutes when they scored that goal.
Coppell quick here to start off this half. Move into the middle of the field here, taking their time, cuts up the middle of the field, drops it down out to the side, dumps it back into the center, but straight to the goalie, Grayson Turner here. Take his time with the ball here as the half has just started. Marcus up 1-0. Dumps this ball back in. Ball is left out for Coppell. Coppell tries to take this ball up, but Marcus gets straight back to that ball. Tries to get that ball down there on the sideline, but just does not find their way to the Marcus player there. Coppell takes this throw. Dumps it back down. Coppell tried to kick this ball straight back in the center, but no Coppell player there is there to be seen, as the Marauders just dump this ball back into the middle of the field. Marauders get this ball back defense. Stumbles with the ball here as Coppell tries to take it up the side. Coppell's putting a lot of pressure on Marcus so far in the start of this second half here. What has Coppell done so far early in this second half to put the pressure on Marcus?
Well, they're just getting a lot of numbers up, and just by looking at it, they changed their formation. Now they seem to be playing in a 3-back, which allows them to push more people up top, and it's allowed to not leave one center back just wide open, just able to pass and relax, and it's putting a lot more pressure, and you're seeing even though the ball maybe just be trickling to the keeper, it's just showing how much more pressure the Cowboys are actually putting on the Marauders.
Yeah, definitely putting a lot of pressure on Marcus. So far, they're trying to get this quick goal back, try to even up this game earlier in the second half as they try to get this ball down the side. As Marcus comes up here on this counter attack here, tries to take it down the left side of the field, but he cuts back, takes it down the side of the field here, tries to make a pass, but another errant pass. You have seen a lot. We've seen a lot of that today with a lot of errant passes. Try to make some quick passes here to each other, but just cannot find the pass there. As they've definitely had a lot of errant passes.
And a lot of them have been simple passes, and that could be a lot of things, but I mean, both these teams have played. This is their 4th game this week, and normally it's just 2 games, and you're allowed to put a lot of effort into them. But with 4 games in a week, it's a lot. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of stress on the body, and it's causing mental breakdowns and simple things like that just to happen.
You definitely don't want those mental breakdowns here in this big game for both teams, but Marcus has came out on top with that quick goal at the end of that first half there. As Coppell is definitely trying to tie this game back up. Marcus taking their time up the field here. The defenders, they drop it out to the side. Move it straight back in the middle of the field, but Coppell gets the steal here, quick on the counter. Gets it back to the center. Takes the shot, but right over the net. Just a bad errant shot there on the top of the key there. Just cannot find the back of the net there. Takes a pretty good shot, but just couldn't find the space and time to get a better shot off. As Turner gets this ball back in with about 36 and change left in this second half. Marcus definitely taking their time here, definitely trying to stall out as much clock as they can each time. Definitely want to try to get out of here with this victory because this is a very big game, as I've said. Me and Trevor have said this whole game. This is a very big game for the standings. Just drops this ball back. Moves it out to the side of the field. Drops it back. Marcus definitely taking their time here, trying to make something happen. Tries to switch the field, but they just can't. But the ball is back in the center, straight to a Marcus player. Marcus retains the possession, tried to cut in. Here comes the chance for Marcus, but just can't. Almost gets that ricochet there, but just can't. A good chance there by Marcus, putting a lot of pressure on the Coppell there on Coppell. Such good pressure there by Marcus. Cuts in here and tries to get that shot, but just can't, and it bounces off Campbell, and they just can't get that second chance shot. What went right there for Marcus?
Well, just them getting the pressure, and that's how they ended up getting the first goal. They got pressure on him, and then they ended up clearing it right back to Marcus, and Marcus able to get it wide and cross it in and score. And that one was a great pass to the defenders. The Cowboys got split there and allowed the defender to run right in between him. Really good chance, really good save by Campbell.
As Coppell has possession here again, makes his cut, has open field here. Tries to get the center of the ball, but straight to absolutely no one. Just Turner, the goalie there for Marcus.
Coppell is getting a lot more chances this half than Marcus has.
Yeah, definitely earlier in the second half, they do look like a very much better team than they had in the first half. Definitely getting a lot more chances, as you said. As Turner dumps his ball back in the center of the field, Marcus retains possession. Gets this ball back to the side, but just can't keep control of it, and it's Coppell's throw-in here. Coppell has had a lot of chances off the throw-ins this game, as they're going to look to continue that, but that one was not quite as good as the last few, as Marcus dumps this ball back in, gets the possession, tries to get this ball out there by Hunter, drops it back, moves it to the side, cuts to the outside of the field, gets this ball to the center, but turns it over straight to Coppell as he dumps it back down the field. Definitely a lot of errant passes, just not making very good decisions. That definitely has to do with Coppell's defense. They're putting a lot of pressure on Marcus. Takes their time here in the center of the field. Definitely taking a lot more time this half. Trevor, why do you think they're taking a lot more time at this half so far?
Well, as I stated, coming out of halftime, I mean, Marcus is definitely playing different than they did in the first half, and they're being comfortable with a one-goal lead. And in this game, you just can't be comfortable with a one-goal lead. You have to keep pushing and have to keep getting more. And we haven't seen Marcus been putting a lot of pressure like they did, besides that one chance, and Coppell's just getting chance after chance.
Yeah, Marcus does look to be taking a lot of time here on their offensive possessions, as Coppell definitely using more pace, and it has been working out for them so far in this second half as they dump it off to the side here, try to find an open player. He does get this ball down the side of the field. They push it back in the middle. Tried the give and go, but it just wasn't open there. Drops it back to the center, wide open Cowboy player. Moves it back into the side, on the left side of the field. Gets the center of the field, makes a nice cut there. Tries to take the shot, but he gets blocked by the Marauders. Cuts back into the center of the field. A lot of open space here for the Coppell players.
Yeah, it seems that the Marcus defense is getting split a lot. They're getting stretched, which is not how we've seen them at all. Maybe their coach is going to have to talk with them, try to figure that out.
They're definitely going to want to try to figure that out, because if that happens some more, Coppell is definitely going to try to find the back of the net here, as they have another corner kick where they do thrive off these set pieces. Coppell is going to try to score off this one as they bring players straight into the box. Turner gets that ball and is luck to clear this ball, and is straight on the counterattack here for Marcus. They try to get this ball, but a nice play there by the Cowboys defense to clear that ball out to the side, but Marcus is still going to try to keep up the pace here as they get that long ball in on the sideline, but just can't get it through to an actual Marcus player. They go straight to a Coppell player as Coppell moves this ball down to the left side of the field now. Straight cuts into the center, tries to get this ball in the center. Straight back. A lot of quick movements here by Coppell. They've definitely come out way faster than they did at the end of the first half there. Tries to make a quick cut, but Marcus is there to stop it. Gets this ball in long, but straight to another Coppell player. Just a lot of aired passes so far. Move this center. Coppell gets this ball down to the right side. Tries to give and go, but just can't. Moves it to the side. Has an open player. Coppell cuts back and tries to take another shot from far away. Coppell so far has been taking a lot of long shots so far. Why do you think that is for them? Why are they taking all these long shots?
Well, we thought going into halftime that the Marauders were going to have all the momentum and everything, but actually it's been the exact opposite coming out of the second half. Whatever halftime speech the Coppell coach gave to them really is working, and they're putting a lot more pressure on the Marauders.
Definitely getting a lot more chances here for Coppell. They've definitely looked like the better team so far, almost 10 minutes into this first half. As again, Mark is definitely taking their time to get back to this field. Definitely trying to use up the most of this clock they possibly can. Definitely is a big game. Definitely going to try to use this clock, try to come out of here with this victory for Marcus here. Turner here with the ball. Straight back. Center of the field here. Coppell wins the header. Down to the left side of the field, tries to clear this ball out, goes straight to a Coppell player here. They're going to try to get this counterattack. Nice touch pass to himself there. Moves down to the left. Marcus drops it back and then gets the clear again. Nice clear by the Marcus defense. Coppell wins the header there, but straight to a Marcus player as they here on the counterattack. A lone man on Coppell defense does a good job there to get that ball out of the way. But another open pass here and almost gets it through there on the through pass between two defenders there. Almost splits the Coppell defense. But here comes Marcus with the chance on the throw-in. Tries to move it quick, but decides to take his time.
We're seeing Marcus get more chances since after they got pelted in the first 10 minutes of the first half, and they're starting to look like the first half team.
Yep, as Marcus does make a sub here on this throw-in. 29 minutes, a little. Moves this ball back in. Tries to get the center in. Little surprise center there, leaving it off for his own player. Back to the center of the field, tries to dump it right straight open to an open Marcus player, but he is out of bounds, they're saying. Almost a good play there by Marcus. What do you think happened to the Coppell defense there to let that ball go straight through?
Well, that just seemed to be a mental lapse, and those seem to happen a lot, but fortunately for the Cowboys, it didn't end up hurting them because that ball ended up going back out of bounds, but it was a great ball by Porter.
As Coppell clears this ball up back to the center field. Marcus does steal possession here, but it looks like there will be a foul on this play, and Coppell will have a free kick about halfway, and they'll take it, and they move it quick, and now they have an open guy on the side. He takes his time, and he centers it to the ball, but straight to no Coppell player there. But Coppell will have a throw-in here, and they are pretty dangerous on these throw-ins, definitely with those long throw-ins. Definitely very good with those long throw-ins. Basically another corner for them. Gets this ball straight in the center. Coppell's definitely going to look to do some damage here.
Cowboys are playing a lot more urgency this half.
Definitely looking back to getting this one, especially with the importance that's put into this game right now. Coppell looks to take this long throw in here. Gets this long throw in straight to the back post. Turner gets that punch there to clear it out of the box. Nice punch there by Turner. Makes a good play. Tries to make a little fancy move there by Coppell. But just can't get past the Marcus defense, but luckily that ball is out for Coppell. And here comes Coppell again with that long throw, and definitely going to look to do something a little bit different here. Make something happen. Here they go. Goes in front of the post here. Little pass here, tries to take the shot, but just misses left. A good chance there by Coppell.
Referee saying it was deflected by Marcus.
How did Coppell get that good chance there in that space?
I mean, it seems like they're getting a lot of throw-ins towards the goal. Marcus is playing good defense, but they got to try to get the ball up the field. They can't keep conceding these throw-ins in corners.
Yeah, definitely getting that ball in deep and trying to force out these balls and make up some set pieces. As Coppell kicks the back post here, tries to get it over the top and just can't. Another missed header there by Coppell. Had a lot of chances there on the corner kicks, just cannot find the back of the net yet. About 13 minutes into this second half, and Coppell definitely seems to be dominating the field with all these chances, but they just can't find the back of the net so far. Marcus is standing strong there on defense.
This is exactly what we were saying about the Marauders in the first half. In the first 10 minutes, they were creating all these chances and just weren't capitalizing on anything. And it seems to be the exact opposite this half. Coppell is getting all the chances and getting all the shots on goal and all the pressure on the Marauders. We can see if they'll be able to capitalize on anything.
Marcus moves this ball down the left side of the field, going very quick down the sideline. Cuts it back, drops back to the defense, and Marcus seems to regroup here after trying to get that quick attack. Just can't get it through. Start to regroup here. Takes his time, but Coppell almost gets that one closed off as they dump it down left to an open Marcus player. Great clear there by the Marcus defense. Tries to make something happen. He's open in the middle of the box. Tries to get that, lays it off. Shot just misses the net there. A great play by Marcus, starting all the way back from the defense. Gets it down to the left side of the field and sends it straight back to the box. Great play there. You can see here, gets that great pass there, straight to the center box by Hunter, and almost gets that shot in the back of the net, but just misses. Good shot there by Marcus. What set up that chance there?
Well, what happened was that Coppell got caught up too high, and that's exactly what we said that they wanted to be careful of. Is they were putting all that pressure and everything, but they got caught up too high, and Marcus has been great at counterattacking all season, and it was shown there.
Yeah, the counterattacks from Marcus have been very good so far in this game, as they show it again there. They just missed that chance there to take the stranglehold on this game, but still only with a 1-0 lead. Just a little bit over 25 minutes left in this second half, sorry. As Marcus taking their time here. Another sub on the field for Marcus, it seems to be. Marcus definitely taking their time here in this half, definitely trying to use the most of the clock they possibly can. Get this ball in on the left side of the field. Coppell makes a good touch there, pass by there, but just cannot get it up the field, and it's blocked by Marcus, and Marcus seems to regroup here with the back of their defense. Good clear here by Marcus. Another good play by the Marcus defense. Get that ball down the field straight as their last chance. Their Marcus defense did set up that last chance. They're definitely using their defensive backs to set up their offense. But they have been all game, as you've been saying, Trevor. Coppell gets this ball out from Campbell. He dumps it down deep, just like Marcus. This time, Coppell gets this chance. The Cowboys try to make something off. Using his arm there. Definitely a physical battle there in the box. Coppell's looking for the foul, but doesn't get it. Marcus takes it down the field. Very quick here right now. Good touch there by Marcus, but no one is there for Marcus. Very quick here for both teams. Moving very quickly on both sides of the field. Very back and forth counterattacks. You like to see a quick-paced game. And that's exactly what is going on here. Both sides getting quick counterattacks. Marcus is going to have the free kick here, going to try to set something up. Taking their time here. Definitely going to try to set something up here. Definitely going to try to score, take this 2-0 lead against Coppell. Goes with a soft touch pass. moves it out left. Good pass there. Still on the left side of the field, but then again he brings it back. A little shove there by the Coppell player. Brings it back with about 23 minutes left in this half. What has Marcus done right these past few minutes? Because they definitely seem to retain this possession here.
Yeah, they're playing more calm and playing through the pressure that Coppell has given them in the first 10-ish or so minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. They did not seem to handle that pressure very well, but they've relaxed and calmed down, and they're playing their offense that they were playing in the first half, and that's what created their first goal.
Yeah, Coppell's putting a lot of pressure on them, but Marcus has definitely rebounded from that pressure and definitely trying to make some chances out of here. But Coppell's going to try to tie this game up here, but as Marcus gets the steal here, again, another good pressure there by Marcus. They've had a lot of steals here this game, just caught the Coppell defense lacking as they have a chance in the middle of the field. He takes the shot, he just misses it left side of the post. Good chance there by Marcus, finding the open space and taking the shot.
We have definitely seen the momentum shift back to Marauders than we saw in the first 15 minutes.
He gets the open space here, the wide open space there for Marcus. They find the open space, just misses the net. Another missed net by Marcus. Definitely want to try to get those balls on net, try to get those heavy rebounds off the goalie. Coppell clears this ball up into the right. Marcus gets possession back here. Gets a good play. Open field again for Marcus. They have an open guy, a good feed here. Tries to get that tap there, but just cannot get it through. Almost another good play by Marcus. Definitely putting on a lot more pressure than they were just a few minutes ago. But here comes Coppell with the counterattack through the middle of the field. Gets it to the right side of the field. Tries to get with the through ball, but just cannot get it through.
Yeah, they had numbers up on that attack too. They have to be able to take advantage of that.
Coppell tries to get a little kick ball there and tries to kick that one out, but just cannot get it through. As Marcus is taking their time there, a little deflection and straight to a Marcus player. Lucky bounce there for Marcus as he takes it down the right side of the field. Taking his time, makes a little hesitation move, drops it back. A nice play there for Marcus. Tries to set up the cross. Instead, he gives it back in the middle of the field. As they reset, they have a wide open guy on the side of the field. Moves it to the corner. Tries to get that cross in, a back cross, switch of the field there by Marcus. Marcus having a lot of the possession here. He drops it back. Marcus just keeps retaining the possession as Marcus has some open space here to make something happen. Staying in the post. Cuts it back to the center. Marcus definitely has a lot of possession here. Makes a arid pass there as here comes Coppell on the counterattack. They have a one-on-one here, but a little too heavy of a touch there, and Marcus is able to get back there. Great pressure there by Marcus. Definitely did everything right there for those past few minutes. They had at least a solid minute and a half there on their side of the field. That was great pressure.
Yeah, that was great pressure by the Marauders on the Coppell defense, and Coppell handled that very well and did not allow themselves to break down and give Marauders an open shot at goal.
Here comes another long throw, and it seems to be for Coppell. About 20 minutes left in the second half. They give it straight to a guy wide open in the middle of the box, but Marcus clears it out luckily. Good header there by Coppell to retain possession. They have this ball, the defense try to set this ball in straight back for a Coppell player on the back post here, but just cannot find the open man. Coppell definitely frustrated right now by what's going on. Definitely having way more chances than Marcus, just can't find the back of the net. Definitely tough game for them so far. Definitely putting a lot more pressure on than Marcus right now, but they just can't find the back of the net. Marcus taking their time here, definitely trying to milk the most clock they can each chance they get. Marcus moves it up to the center of the field. Gives it back, refreshes here. Marcus just has all the possession. Coppell's not putting too much pressure on them. Just let them do what they want in the back of their field. Moves it to the right, straight to the center of the field, cuts it back to the center. Good pass by here, but Marcus trying to get on the counterattack, just cannot get through. Coppell's defense closing that one off very quickly. Coppell has a little more than about 19 minutes and 40 seconds to make something happen, but as here Marcus gets the turnover, gets this cross in, tries to go for the volley there, just cannot get it. Almost a very nice goal there by Marcus, just cannot get connection with the boot. Coppell here with the free kick. Now 19 minutes and change left in this second half here with a score of 1-0 for Marcus. Very big game here in the standings. Campbell takes this kick instead, makes a little touch pass to his defender, clears it out, but straight to a Marcus player, and they get on the counter attack again. But another bad touch there by Marcus, but he brings it back up, takes it down the center of the field. Here they come. They try to take a shot, but just not a very good shot. Might have been an intended pass, but just could not find the open space. Marcus is looking for a corner here, but they will not get it, and it seems to be a Coppell goal kick. Coppell's definitely lost way more of this momentum lately. Definitely seems to be back and forth the past 5 minutes with a little more pressure on the Marcus side. Looks to be here that Marcus did actually get the corner here. They seem to set something up. Definitely going to try to put numbers in the box and take the lead here. Try to definitely make this game a lot harder for Coppell to come back in as the cross comes in. A little bit of a, not a high arcing cross as Marcus clears this ball back, tries to refresh their offense. Good cut there. Moves it to the left side of the field, switches the field. Moves it back to the defense. Defense definitely trying to make something happen here and try to set up a play as they've been doing all season long. Moves it back to the right side of the field here. Good pass there, but the defense tries to get this ball down the side, set up a cross, but just cannot find the open space. As Coppell clears this ball back out in the center as they make another good pass here. Definitely a lot better passes here by both teams, looking way better. As Coppell clears this ball, but straight to nobody, and Marcus is taking their good old time here back in their own corner. Makes a nice pass there. Gets this ball up and out. Trevor, what has Marcus done right now that is putting so much more pressure on Coppell than they've been putting on the past few minutes?
Well, how we talked about that the Marauders were getting more stretched in the defense, and they've definitely fixed that, and I don't know if the coaching said anything. I don't know really what happened there, but they've been getting a lot more compaction. It's the attacking force that the Coppell was trying to use. It was stalled by the Marcus defense and their adjustments in the middle of the game.
As Marcus's defense steals this ball away from the Coppell offense, takes it back and refreshes this offense for Marcus. Definitely have a lot more time with the ball. Coppell seems a little bit exhausted here, just letting Marcus have so much open space. Just a wide open man here on the right side. Doesn't get pressured for a solid 5 seconds. Seems to be a handball there by Radek. Definitely touched that ball with his hand there. Tries to get back. Coppell seems a little bit lazy right now. Definitely seemed to be a bit tired. A lot of open space for Marcus as they take their time here and more open space for them. Marcus just seemed to like stretch out this Coppell defense, and they're just getting way too tired out here to make any chances happen. But Coppell does steal the ball here. They look for it in the counterattack. Straight up to a Coppell there, cuts it back. Just can't get the pass off, cuts it back, switches the field to a wide open Coppell player on the other side of the field, but he does get closed off, and the pass goes a little bit too far for him. About 15 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second half. Running out of time here for Coppell to make this comeback. As Coppell does make a quick substitution here. What has Marcus done right to stretch out this defense for Coppell, as Coppell does look pretty tired?
Well, Coppell has tried to play more attacking, go with a more attacking formation. Marauders realized that, and with only playing 3 in the back, you leave the outsides wide open for the outside backs and outside wings to be able to get to an attack, and that's what the Marauders have done. They've just been playing side to side and getting to those outside spots and getting it forward, and so making the Cowboys run back and forth, and that's what's making them so tired.
As Coppell does retain possession here, dump this ball off to the left. They do seem to try to make a chance here, straight back to another Coppell player off that bounce. They try to refresh here, straight back to the middle of the field, wide open Coppell player. A little bit too heavy of a touch there as Marcus is able to clear that ball out. Straight back to a Coppell player in the middle of the field. Coppell moves this ball to the left side of the field, cuts it back. Wide open player there. Does get the cross over, but straight to another Marcus player. Coppell does have a lot of possession right now, trying to make something happen. Coppell has a lot of open space right now. Coppell definitely does be able to take this ball in a lot easier than they were just a few minutes ago. Definitely seem to tire out this defense right now for Marcus. Definitely having a lot more possession. taking their time with their passes as they drop it back. A little bit of a stumble there for the Coppell, having to regroup a little bit more. Spread this Marcus defense out. Marcus does put a lot of pressure on there. Tries to close it off, but just can't get to force the turnover there. Moves it down to the right side of the field, back to the straight to the center. Tries to make a play there, but just can't, and it's going to be Coppell ball here on another throw and trying to make something happen. What can Coppell do right now to make something happen?
Well, for Coppell to try to make something happen, they really just got to realize if they do, and they have to want it more. And that's basically what it comes down to. And them getting tired and all this, it's shown that Marcus maybe wants it more than Coppell has been showing. But Coppell just has to keep pushing and has to get that pressure back that they had early on in the second half.
Get a quick cross in there. Try to make another chance, take this long shot out, but just too slow and too easy of a shot to save for Turner there. Good save there. Good chance by Coppell, though. Putting a lot more pressure on Marcus right now with just a little bit less than 13 minutes left in the second half as Turner gets a high rising ball cleared over the other side of the field. Marcus tries to retain the possession, just bounces off his leg, and Coppell gets the ball back, but Marcus is able to steal. As they move this ball up back into the field, a quick counterattack here. Moves it down to the right side of the field. Wide open Marcus player from Hunter here, cuts back. Cuts back again, a little bit of a cut up there. It's going to be play on for Marcus. They do take the shot, but they miss wide over the net. Does seem to be a card here on the Coppell player. Yep, a card here. Gonna be Ethan Frieder with that yellow card there. They did cut up the legs of Hunter there for Marcus. Gonna be penalty there, but it does look like they're gonna be all good there for Hunter. With about 12 minutes and 20 seconds left here in this second half, as Ethan Campbell has this goal kick here right now. Takes this kick, gives it off to his defense. Dumps this ball deep. Straight to a Marcus player though, as he does get the header, and that clear by the Coppell player off the header. Straight onto a counterattack by Coppell. Tries to make something happen. A wide open Coppell player on the right side of the field. Tries to get the crossover, blocked by Marcus. Good defense by Marcus there on the counterattack.
And something else, Coppell came out of the second half really putting the pressure on, and maybe a little bit of fatigue might be setting in for the Coppell players. I mean, playing 4 games this week, as we said at halftime, that's really stressful on the bodies, and it might be showing for both Coppell and Marcus.
Definitely Coppell trying to make something happen here, looking for another long throw-in after they've done all night. Here comes the long throw-in. Get to the center of the field, have everyone pushed up. Ball is fumbling around in the center of the box. Coppell here gets the clear there by Marcus, and it's going to be play on by the ref. The ref sees nothing. The ball's going to be cleared out there. Good chance by Coppell. The ball's fumbling there in the middle of the box, and straight back in for Coppell. Tries to make something happen, but way too quick, and Coppell just isn't ready for it. Coppell clears it back. Coppell moves this back up. Coppell making kicking it up and almost making a good play. Straight back to a Coppell player. He's wide open. They take the shot. Good save there by Turner. What a save there by Turner on a good shot by the Cowboy player.
There goes Coppell putting more pressure on the Marauders, and it's showing.
Look at this save here, just about 22 yards out from the box, and a great save by Turner. Gets that ball and saves it, and here comes another quick cross. As you can see, another ball gets cleared out here. Straight, and a quick counterattack here by Marcus. A good ball down the line. A wide open Marcus player. They're here on the counterattack. Right side of the field. Tries to get something happen, but they do get the dive, and there's going to be no foul on the play. Ref says all ball there. As Campbell taking him straight back down with a quick counterattack, but just cannot get it to an open Coppell player as Marcus gets that ball first. They move to the center of the field. Marcus takes that clear down the field. Moves it over the top of the field. Good play there by Marcus and Coppell. Coppell had some great defense there to shut it down. Here's Marcus's ball down the side. They almost get it, but there it is. That's Coppell with the all ball. That defense from the ref.
That's a great defensive play there from the Cowboys.
A very good dive there. As Coppell seems to set this up with only 9 minutes and change left in this second half. very minimal time to make something happen here. Still down 1-0 as Marcus holds the lead from that goal late in the first half. Coppell tries to get the ball through the middle, just does not find anyone open. It's straight back to a Marcus player. The Hunter here lays it off to the right side of the field, cuts down the right. Good dive there again by Coppell. They're making some good defensive plays to keep their team in this game. Good defense by Coppell. Marcus does take their time here with the ball, with trying to make something happen. Try to make this game just out of reach for Coppell, trying to close this game off. Marcus does take their time here.
One thing Coppell can't do is just try to play the long ball, just try to play so direct that they're really just trying to force it, and that's what a lot of people do when they're down, but they still have 8 minutes and 50 seconds left. Anything could happen.
Here comes a chance by Marcus, gets to the open field, making too many moves. He just cannot make it. He tries to do it all by himself. He just cannot find the open space. The goalie thinks it's a goal kick, but it turns out to be a corner kick for Marcus here, as they're going to have another chance. Marcus just has all the possession right now. They're just taking it all away from Coppell. Coppell having no chances here late in the game. Good plays by Marcus. Taking their time here, going to set up this corner, going to try to bring men into the box. Making a sub here, going to take even more time off the clock. Definitely trying to milk this clock out as much as they can. Definitely with this huge game here, they're definitely going to try to do that. What could Marcus do here to score and just end this game?
Well, any goal here is going to put a lot more pressure on the Coppell to try to get back into this game, and if another goal late here could really set the Marauders up for success.
Definitely a goal here could definitely put the nail in the coffin for Coppell. As Marcus gets here ready for the cross in, but straight to nobody, and Coppell does get the clear, but straight out to another Marcus player. He moves it back outright, takes their time with the ball, moves it back to the center, taking his time here, cutting back, regrouping, moves it back to the center of the field. But Coppell closes that off, and Coppell with a good play there on defense, tries to get this ball up, and almost does. Seems to be here another Coppell ball here, the ref is saying. Coppell's going to try to move this ball quick. They only have 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in this half. There seems to be a foul on the play back on the field. Seems to be going to be a free kick here. Dumps this one to the right side of the field. Definitely going to try to switch the field. Misses the header, but Coppell could get his chance on the back end. Definitely moves it to the side. Tries to get that crossing, but just forcing too much there for Coppell. Just cannot find the open space. Coppell definitely seems to be having way too many forced chances. 7 minutes left in the second half. The game is coming down to the wire. Very close matchup. Definitely what you want to see from two top teams in the district. Here comes Coppell with another long throw-in. Been setting this up all night, just have not found the back of the net. Here it could be. Gets the cross in, just nobody can get ahead on it. Straight back to a Coppell player, but Marcus is able to clear it out again. And here comes another long throw-in for Coppell. Just Coppell having many chances, they just have not been able to find the back of the net. Moves his ball in. Gonna reset this up, let another player take it with about 6 minutes remaining. Who's gonna take their good old time trying to make a chance here. Gets this throw in, gets to the back end, almost gets the header, but misses wide to the right. Great chance there by Coppell, just can't find the back of the net again.
And what's interesting is that their second leading scorer, Brandon Gass, was taking that throw in. Maybe somebody else should try taking that throw in, and maybe Brandon should have been in the box for that, knowing they're down 1-0.
Maybe they should have tried to put him in there, hopefully get that header maybe. Turner here definitely tried to push up the other defense, but makes the small, quick pass as his own defenseman clears it out for him. Marcus gets this ball here, good touch there. Takes his time, little flopper pass out to right to Hunter, a wide open man. On the right side, he's taking his time, he lays it off. A good cross here, straight to nobody. Oh, he turns it over straight in front of his own player. He takes the shot, and it's in! Hunter scored. It's a 2-0 game. Just a bad play there by the Coppell defense and turns it over. The Coppell defender gives it straight back to the Marcus player. He takes a quick shot and he pins it right in that left corner. A good shot there. Just a bad miscue by Coppell there. Makes it 2-0. As you can see, that defender kicks it out straight to the offensive player and just makes a bad miscue there and pins it in the corner with a little less than 5 minutes left in the second half. Another goal at the very end of the half for Marcus, just putting the nail in the coffin for Coppell.
And that's what we're talking about with the fatigue and everything. You could definitely tell that. I mean, on every given night, just playing 2 games a week, that probably wouldn't happen with playing 4 games, and this being the 4th game of the week and being late in this game, you can definitely tell the fatigue and the mindset is setting in.
Yeah, you can definitely see that Marcus has been outplaying them lately. As Coppell did get 2 great chances there, but just could not find the back of the net, and Marcus was able to just get down the field and make a chance happen off that Coppell miscue. It makes this game 2-0 with a little bit left in this game. With 5 minutes remaining, Marcus has the 2-0 lead, trying to end this game here with their defense. Marcus gets the clear out here. Good play by Marcus to get that ball out, but Coppell brings his ball straight back in. The Cowboys trying to get it, but it goes straight off their own player and clears it back out. Gets this ball. Marcus defense trying to get this ball out of here, trying to end this game safely. Takes a lot of ricochets, and Marcus gets the clear back out to midfield. Just very good defensive play by Marcus right now, just putting a lot of pressure on, not letting Coppell get any space. Moves this ball back to the right side, trying to make something happen here with very minimal time left. Gets the ball, nice set cut here by Coppell. Tries to make another pass, but no one was there for Coppell. Just miscommunication there. Coppell gets another chance. Marcus missed tap, and he clears it out, but Coppell is, of course, moving quick with, of course, that 4 minutes left in the second half. Of course, Marcus is able to get that touch, and another good clear here by Marcus, just not letting Coppell get anywhere near their goal. Just a bad there by Coppell. Coppell is just out of shape right now.
Yeah, they're definitely out of gas. You can definitely tell.
Yeah, they're just not in the right place at any time, and they just can't make any passes come together here late in the game. They just can't find any chances right now. Takes this good pass in the center. Coppell gets the ball back at about midfield. Own defender takes it back. He takes it up the middle of the field, trying to make something happen here by himself here. Lays it off, tries to give it back to Nelson, but can't. Marcus clears that one out and clears it back out to the right. Straight back to almost another Marcus defender, almost another turnover there by Coppell. That would have been a bad mistake there. But here comes Coppell down the left side of the field. He takes them all for himself, tries to make a play, but just can't as Hunter closes him off here. But it will be Coppell ball, and of course they have those long throw-ins. Could be another chance here, maybe even a goal, and this game might not even be over. Still 3 minutes and change left in this second half. Something could happen here. Goes with a little small throw and just can't get it through, but it lays off to a Coppell player. It gets ricochet, and it's in the back of the net. A redirection by a Marcus defender. A redirection by the Marcus player in the front. Turner just cannot get that ball off the bounce. And with 2 minutes and 57 seconds left in the second half, Coppell does get this goal, yeah, straight off, and then gets the ricochet off. A few players go straight to a defender's legs, and Turner just can't read that ricochet. And with 2 minutes and 57 seconds left in the second half, Marcus still holds the lead 2-1, but Coppell gets back within 1. They clear this ball out back in. What a turn of events here for Coppell and Marcus.
Maybe we were talking about how they're running out of gas, and maybe that's just the refuel that they needed with just 2 minutes left.
Coppell's going to try to make something happen here. A 2-1 game with just a little bit under 3 minutes to go. This game just got much more interesting than it was 2 minutes ago after Marcus got that second goal. Here comes Coppell. A lot of people falling over. The ref calls a foul here about midfield for Coppell. They're definitely rushing up here, trying to take all the time they need. With about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, Coppell lays it off to a wide open right man. Marcus does seem a little sloppy on defense right now, but another bad pass by Coppell as they take their time. Here comes Marcus, wide open man on the left side of the field. Good touch there by a Marcus. Offense makes a good through pass and almost gets it through, but it does ricochet off a Marcus player. He takes the shot and just misses left. Almost closed this one out, but just can't get that goal. Good play there by Marcus on that counterattack. Another counterattack chance. Very good on their counterattacks today. Here comes Campbell with this ball to bring this game back into play for them. They have 1:40 to make something happen here. They choose to lay it off small and let their defender kick it down deep. Straight to a Marcus player, and the Marcus player clears it back out. Tries to get that little flick over the Coppell player, but he clears it back out to the right. Good switch of the field, but straight to another Marcus player. Marcus makes the good play there to dump it down. They have a guy wide open on the left side of the field and a great ball there. He takes his time. He gives it back to the center of the field, but just can't get that ball through. Another good touch there by Marcus. Marcus putting a lot more pressure on, trying to make sure Coppell could knock him back right now. A little shove there by the Marcus player will be a foul. With a little less than a minute left, Coppell's going to try to make something happen here. They have a free kick. They dump it down to about the center of the field. A little ricochet. It comes back straight to a Coppell player. He takes not the smartest of shots from that far away. Tries to make something happen, but can't. Marcus makes that clear straight back to center field. 40 seconds left for Coppell to make something happen. Coppell moves it back to the right. The Cowboys dump it back into the center of the field, trying to make something happen. Good header there by the Cowboy player, but good clear there by Marcus. He moves it back out left. Coppell definitely trying to rush out and make this game, trying to make it interesting. 20 seconds left. Coppell throws it back in. Open Coppell player. He dumps it off to the side. Cross here by the Coppell player. Marcus is able to get that clear. Gets that cross straight back in. Coppell's upset about a handball on the block. The ref did not call it. They're all yelling at the ref, but Marcus is here. They get the ball clear down the field. No time left in the game. And Marcus does come out with a victory, a 2-1 victory, a close one with 2 goals with less than 5 minutes in the game. 2 goals, one by Marcus and one by Coppell. Marcus comes out with a slim win of 2-1. It was a very hard-fought game. Marcus will move into first, and the district play now with a 7-2 record after that win. Definitely a very good game there.
With Marcus winning that moves them officially into first place. And Plano has a game tomorrow on a Saturday, which is definitely different, but they're having to make up on those games after the whole snow thing that happened. And we're going to have to see what happens with those games tomorrow and see where Plano end up finishing. Will they be ahead of Coppell? Will they be tied with Coppell? We'll have to wait and see. But as of right now, the Marcus Marauders are sitting on top.
Thank you for watching our broadcast. This broadcast of Marcus Soccer has been presented by Louisville Sports Media Network and the TECC East Digital Sports Media class. Executive producer Brandon Jackson and Luke Purvis. Directed by Ian Hertruck. For Trevor Wilson and Trevor Wilson and Brendan Selke saying long for the Marauder Stadium. We'll see you next time.